Frederick Douglass was the son of a slave and her white master. Secretly, Douglass taught himself to read and write, which was in itself a serious crime. Then, in 1838, around the age of 21, Douglass fled from slavery in Maryland to New Bedford, Massachusetts. In 1841, he went to William Lloyd Garrison's convention as a spectator. Emboldened by the anti-slavery rhetoric, Frederick Douglass stood up before the enormous crowd and extemporaneously delivered one of the greatest speeches in American history. The speech was never written down, and we have only William Lloyd Garrison's memory of it to help us imagine what that incredible moment must have been like.
I shall never forget his first speech at the convention. In physical proportion and stature commanding, in intellect richly endowed, in eloquence a prodigy, and yet a slave, a fugitive slave, trembling for his safety, hardly daring to believe that on the American soil a single white person would befriend him. The powerful impression he created, the applause which followed, excited my emotions, and I think I never hated slavery so intensely as at that moment. William Lloyd Garrison, 1841.
It's almost impossible to exaggerate the importance of this man to the movement. Frederick Douglass, telling his story, brings slavery alive to people who had, in many cases, never even seen a black person before. And so here is a black person who was a slave standing before you, telling you his story. And he's telling you about the atrocities of slavery. He's telling you about how slavery denies basic human freedom to people and human dignity to people. That was a moving message.
The wife of Master Giles Hicks, with her own hands, murdered my wife's cousin, a young girl between 15 and 16 years of age, mutilating her person in the most shocking manner. The atrocious woman, in the paroxysm of her wrath, not content with murdering her victim, literally mangled her face and broke her breastbone. So I say, the only true remedy for the extension of slavery is the immediate abolition of slavery. Frederick Douglass, 1845.
Douglass went on to write his autobiography and published an anti-slavery newspaper, The North Star.